I was watching the 051 Kiddo on No Jumper, and 051 Kiddo admit that he apologized to FBG Duck Mama and FBG Duck cousin Ruger. He was going back and forth with Billionaire Black, and Billionaire Black, which is FBG Duck friend, was dissing all 051 Kiddo friends. And 051 Kiddo is actually friends with FBG Duck, which is friends with Billionaire Black. So 051 Kiddo said, I'm going to diss Billionaire Black. And he said right then he knew he was wrong because I was friends with Duck. And so doing that, he said himself was a sucker move. But instead of him covering up his BS with more BS or trying to throw perfume on his BS or say, I ain't mean it like that, and just not being accountable for what he said, that young man said I was wrong and he apologized to the boy mama and the boy family. I want to give a hand clap, a standing ovation to 051 Kiddo, because that's one thing we lack in our community. It's accountable men. Too many times we cover up our BS with more BS and spray perfume on it. And one thing I learned from my 44 years on earth, it ain't the act that we do to get us in trouble a lot of times. It's when we try to cover up the act. Now we did two things wrong. Had to cover up that act, cover up that act. Remember this lie, remember this lie. Not only does it cause stress, it just causes more BS. And we took a little problem and made it a big problem when we could have just admitted to that and said, I'm wrong, I apologize. And people understand we all make mistakes. But when we don't be totally self-accountable and admit we wrong, it just make it worse. So I want to give a standing ovation to that young man, 051 Kiddo. He ain't even 30 years old. Because he did something that we lack in our community, and that's self-correct himself and be totally self-accountable, because a lot of times we don't be like, damn, I was wrong. But it's still, no, you took it the wrong way, or I didn't mean it like that, and backtrack and just cover our BS with more BS. And so a lot of times people understand people make mistakes. And so when a person apologizes, a lot of people is open like, you know what? You know, we all did stuff wrong. If I want to be forgiven by God, I have to forgive you. So you know what? I understand. Even if they don't accept your apology, it's a freedom in admitting you was wrong and apologize, because you did all you can. And so you can go to bed at night knowing you gave your all. But when you a weak weasel and never be self-accountable, always blame somebody else or cover up BS with more BS, won't accept correction, because we can't change nothing in our life if we just won't admit we wrong. And so for that young man to admit he wrong and be totally self-accountable for his BS and then repent for it, man, that's a man, bro. And so I want to give a standing ovation or a sitting ovation to 051 Kiddo for being accountable and apologizing for your wrongs and not covering your BS with perfume, for real.